Hello, my wonderful students. My name is Miss Rains, and I will be your enrichment teacher today. Today, we are going to be creative thinkers. And our sign for that, remember, is creative thinkers. Or we say creative thinking. Today, you are going to be a flexible thinker. And for that, we say flexibility. You say it. Flexibility. Say, I stretch my mind to see new things. Let's see what you are going to be flexible about today. Today, you are going to be a flexible thinker by turning one object or thing into something else. This activity, it's not a stick, it's what? What could this be? We are going to turn it into something else, and I'm going to use the stick as my example today because you're going to turn something else into something new. But I'm going to use the stick today. So when I am being a flexible thinker, I don't want to make something that is already made out of that thing, right? Or that is related to that thing. So an example of something that I would not want to do, this is what we call a non-example, is I wouldn't want to turn this stick into a broom. So if I came over here and I added the bristles on the bottom and I said, oh, it's not a stick, it's a broom, this isn't really being flexible because guess what brooms are made out of? Sticks. So I just turned this stick into something that's already made out of sticks. So that's really not being very flexible. In order to be a flexible thinker, I need to think of something that's not made out of a stick, that is different, or maybe isn't even made out of wood at all. And I have to decide what to use this in my picture as. So let's see. So I noticed this part right here kind of looks like a mouth. Maybe I could turn it into some kind of a monster. Ooh, that would be cool. You know what? This part kind of reminds me of a fish's, like a swordfish. Have you guys ever seen a swordfish? I think that's what I'm going to turn this guy into. I think swordfishes are blue. Well, mine's going to be blue anyway. And I'm going to use this as his mouth. So I want to keep that shape there. I don't want to cover it up. And let's see, I'm going to, maybe I can make this a little bigger. There we go. Use that part and make his, and this is going to be the sword part of his swordfish. Oh, look at that good point. Oh boy. What could this be? Maybe that could be like a hook. You know how people fish for swordfishes? Maybe this is a hook that caught him. And then I can use my black line to go. Maybe I'll use a background then. I can make it look like the ocean. Ooh, this one looks like the ocean. And I click up here to make that go away. Ooh, that looks cool. All right, let's see. I want to use some more of that blue that I got. Oh, that's not quite the same blue, but that's okay. And I want to add to my shape right here to make the rest of my fish. So I'm not really going to get the whole fish body in there because of where the stick is at, but that's okay. I can get some of the fish body in there. And I think they have like a spiky part right there. So maybe I'll give it a darker blue and I'll go spiky part. That didn't really look like what I wanted it to, so I'm going to undo. What else could I do for spiky? Maybe I could make it smaller and go slower. Oh yeah, that's better. Spiky. And then he needs an eye. What color should his eye be? Purple. And I'm going to get a bigger one so I can make it. Just click one time. Boop. Look at my spooky guy. Okay, and then I'm going to get blue, and I'm going to make it really small, and I'm going to make a little eyelid, a little mad eyebrow. He's a mad swordfish because he got a hook in his sword. Oh boy. All right, so now I have turned this stick into something totally different. Swordfishes aren't made out of sticks. And I didn't just cover the whole thing up like this and be like, oh, I made a swordfish, because that's also not being very flexible. By using this shape as part of my picture, I am stretching my brain and being a creative thinker. Now, if I have time, I'm going to add some more details. Maybe I could do some pretty fish over here. Whoa, I forgot that it was so big. Let's do some smaller ones over here. Fishy, fishy, fishy. And I could even add some details to these guys, like some purple eyes. Maybe everything in this ocean has purple eyes. Oh no, he's bigger. I need a bigger one for him. Boop. That's better. And then maybe these guys are smiling. Yep. Yep. And then if I needed other details, I could continue to add them. Then you guys can record your voice to tell me what you made. And to do that, you go right here and you click the microphone and it will start recording. It'll count down, and then when you see this red part up here, that means it's recording your voice. And so if you say, I made a swordfish out of the stick, then you come up here and you click done. That saves it. And whenever I see your work, I can press play.
And when you see this red part up here, that means it's recording.
And it plays what you recorded so I can hear all about what you made. Isn't that cool? Now, some of you might get a little pop-up that says, hey, can you use the microphone right now? And you can just raise your hand and your teacher will click allow and let that happen. All right, you guys, I am so excited to see what you make. You're not going to use a stick today, though. You are going to use a snowflake. You are going to use this snowflake as part of a picture, but it cannot be a snowflake, and it shouldn't even be anything that's made out of snow or ice or even anything to do with winter. I want you to try to be flexible and turn this into something totally different. Add lots of details to your picture, and when you're done, look, if I click the next button, there's another one, and I can do another one. When time is up or your teacher tells you time is up or you are done, you may come up here to the green check mark and click done so that I can see your amazing work. Don't forget, you can record your voice with this microphone to tell me about what you made. I'm really excited to see what you guys make. Bye-bye.